Hello everyone, this is the Mayor of Gaming, and today we're going to play something a little different and a little interesting. You see, a long time ago, back in the 80s, there was a tabletop game called Dungeons & Dragons, a computer labyrinth game, published by Mattel. Now, the game is not that hard to find, but it apparently is pretty fun. I've played a few rounds of this and was greatly enjoying it and figured, why not? Let's spread word of this. You can find it at BoardGameGeek.com. I'll leave a link below so you can play it for yourself, but I'll give you the gist of how to play this game if you're not familiar. Now, we have kind of a retro-looking setup here. You'll have a lives counter and a ghost, and the instruction manual of the game was very complicated. Well, not very complicated, just worded things kind of funny. So I'm going to give you a rundown on what you got to do. First, you click on one of these squares and make it your safe zone. Yes, this is pretty much the same game as the Dungeons & Dragons computer labyrinth game. The only difference is there's a ghost instead of a dragon, which not as cool, but it makes more sense. So we're going to go with gotta choose our safe spot. So we're going to go with here, and you can choose the voice, robo, or fancy. The original version had different series of beeps and boops and things like that. So now we can only move one space at a time, either up and down, left or right. That's it. Get that little tick noise. And yes, this is the other part of the game. There are invisible walls everywhere. Yes, no. There's about 50 of these invisible walls spread throughout this invisible labyrinth. And the goal of the game is to find the ghost's treasure room, steal the treasure, and take it back to our safe room without getting caught by the ghost 3 times. If you get caught by the ghost while holding the treasure, you get an instant game over. So, I'm going to start off. You can use either the arrow keys or clicking. I kind of like the arrow keys just because it makes it a little quicker. And the strategy I found to be most effective is to slowly work your way around your safe spot, simply because when you're running from the ghost, you're going to want to know as much of the labyrinth as possible. Yep, and there we go. The ghost has awakened. Now, this only happens when you are within 3 spaces of the treasure room, which means the ghost can either be here, or here, or here. I don't think he's here because I was here, so here or here. And let's see. I'm trying to think what the best course of action. You could put the ghost on the square that you think he's at, and he can move 1 turn at a time, which you control him, because pretty much it's always an estimate of where the ghost is actually at. Sorry about that noise in the background. If you heard it, if not, no worries. Anyway, so you can move around the ghost with the WASD keys, and it's always where you think the ghost is at. He moves 1 square at a time, he can move up, down, and he can move diagonally, giving him an advantage over you. However, you are quicker. This does not make things easier because your turn immediately ends when you hit one of the invisible walls. So, I'm pretty sure he's either here or here. So we are going to go around because I don't know if there's a wall here. And I don't want to. Actually, okay, so there's none there, so that's clear. And I'm not going to check out. Yep. Okay, ghost moves. So, I'm guessing is probably right here now, because if he was here, he would move there, here he'd move there. And yes, it moves in the closest, the most direct way possible to you. And it can go through walls, because it's a frickin' ghost. So next, okay, so we know its treasure room is either here or here. So we're going to go back, move around a bit. Okay. So he moved, I'm assuming there. It could also be there. That's half the fun of this game, is the guesswork. But that also means if I move and there's an invisible wall here or here, I'm caught. And I don't want that. So I try not to take any risks when dealing with this. Which, this is actually working in my favor. Because what I'm going to try to do, since I have 6 moves, is circle back up here and possibly grab the treasure. As long as there's no walls here. So, let's give that a try. Okay. Ghost moves. Oh, so it wasn't there. Ah, there it was. Okay. So next, the ghost moves there. And as soon as you grab the treasure, your steps become limited because it's weighing you down. So we went from from 8 to 4. Normally, when you get caught by the ghost once, you lose 2 movements. Caught by the ghost a second time, you lose 2 more movements. And when you get caught again, and you only have 4 movement, you die. It just kills you. When you're holding on to the treasure, however, and it catches you, that is an instant game over. So, I actually think I might get this on my first try, which is... Never mind, I didn't at all. Apparently he was like here or something, and when I ended my move, he grabbed me, and that was game over. So, we're going to reset this. And where should we make start base? Let's go here. Okay. And again, I like to just kind of check the area around. Okay. And we got a little chair-looking thing. Okay. Let's see. Okay, don't want to venture too far that way just yet. I want to stick to where I'm somewhat safe. Okay, so we know that this area is clear, so I'm just going to check it for... Okay, so let's continue. So we know that he is in this half of the map. So let's be careful. Oh, okay, now he has awoken, which, since he didn't awaken here, I think he must be here. So, And this sucks because I know nothing of this part of the map. Oh, okay, so, maybe he was here? Or here? I don't know where he's at, and frankly that worries me. Okay, he moves. We're gonna say he's right there. Don't know for sure, but hey, if we die, we will know for sure. Okay, so he's right there. And that's fine with me, because actually that's kind of what I was trying to do, was die as far away from the treasure room, which is in this vicinity, as possible. And this gives me a decent advantage, because if he was down here, getting back to my base would be a pain in the ass. So, it's 5, 6. Okay. Let's say he's right there. Let's say he's right there. God damn it. That didn't work out that well. Got it. Okay, so he either moved here or here. We're gonna say here, just because I like to... Four. I think I might get it. Yep, we got it. Yep, you win. Game over. That's about all you get. You can play the game again, or reset it. It's actually pretty fun. It's a good way to waste time. The board game itself is pretty cool. It comes with a bunch of these little plastic pieces which you use for the labyrinth walls. a nice pewter miniature of the warrior and a dragon instead of a ghost, and a little pewter miniature for the treasure, which in all honesty is kind of useless because, well, actually maybe not, because, well, no, because there's already a little marker that you can use in the actual game for the treasure. So yeah, I recommend giving this a try. There are 2 different voices, so I'll just let you hear what the fancy voice sounds like. We'll reset.
Tick.
Tick, yep.
Tick, tick, ouch. Tick, 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 ouch. Tick, tick,
We'll just
tick, ouch.
game over.
Tick,
I'll just
ouch.
run around with
Tick,
reckless
ouch.
abandon.
Tick, tick, ouch, ouch. Tick, tick, tick. Ghost awakes.
Yes, the
Ouch.
ghost has awakened.
Ghost moves.
Ghost moves.
Ouch. Ghost moves. Ghost attacks. Tick, tick,
Moved
tick,
and
tick,
attacked.
Tick, tick. Ghost moves. Ghost attacks.
Yep,
Tick, tick,
and
tick,
he's,
tick.
yep.
Ghost moves. Ghost attacks. Game over.
And yeah, so, the game doesn't have to take that long, but it can take a while if you're trying to be more strategic. Now, in the original game, it actually had doors, and I kind of wish this was implemented in this, but understandably it wasn't. Doors, it was on an advanced setting mode, and the other one in the original game was also 2-player, where you would compete with another warrior to get the treasure. Now, what doors would do, however, they would appear as walls would. However, they would make a different sound when you run into them. And the thing is, these walls were temporary walls. They wouldn't always be there. Sometimes they would, sometimes they wouldn't. The only way to know for sure is if you run into them, and thus ending your turn. So, it's a little dangerous, a little annoying, because, you grab the treasure, you're running back on a path that you think is safe, and a door could be there that you didn't know was even there, because it was open when you went through. So, fun little thing. Anyway, this was Ghouls and Graveyards computer labyrinth game, I guess fan spiritual sequel, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's a fan's base of Mattel's Electronics Dungeons & Dragons computer labyrinth game. Anyway, this has been the Mayor of Gaming. Thanks for watching.